I want to start this off by saying thank you for being patient. Sorry this took so long. Obviously I wanted something to record and put together, and I figured this would be a cool thing to do. Don't let the audio in this video make you think this is how much noise happens in the cabin of the car. That's the first thing I want to say, because for one, I just have my phone leaned up against the leather, so you hear the vibrations of the camera. So I might be kicking in here to talk about things when I get onto really bumpy road, because the roads around our place are terrible. If you see me in this chair, that's why. The audio is still usable, but I figured it'd probably be a little less annoying if I was here. Without further ado though, enjoy.
Good day to everyone. Welcome to my car, my 2024 Mazda 3 Sport GT 6-speed manual. I've been meaning to start this review for a long time, but haven't had the time, the sunlight, or the time. But I'm here now, and I'm going to tell you all the things I like and don't like about the car after driving it for nearly 2,000 kilometers. Wait. Hold on. For over 2,000 kilometers. I'm gonna go get gas, so I figured that was the perfect time to actually talk about the car. This is a 2024 model of the car. I bought it in Soul Crystal Red. I'll have pictures and things pop up as I drive and explain some things. I obviously picked the red because it's a gorgeous color, and I love it very, very much. So this car comes with a 2.5 liter engine. You can have it in a little bit of a bizarre set of trims. If you wanted the manual transmission, you can only get it in the naturally aspirated package. You cannot get the turbo and a manual transmission. You also can't get the all-wheel drive if you wanted the manual transmission. Me, myself, I would have paid that extra money for the turbo and the all-wheel drive if it came in the manual. Either way, this is the top trim other than the special edition of the car you can get in Canada. It's the Suna edition. I think in the States they have the carbon or whatever. There's a whole bunch of names for a whole bunch of different things. So I've been driving it now for about 3 months. I've enjoyed every minute of the 3 months. It's fun to drive. I read a review somewhere that said it didn't have enough power to go up hills, which tried, like, you know, downshifting and then giving it beans, because it can go up a hill very well. For me, it was between this car and a Honda Civic, probably an SI or a Volkswagen GTI. They're all priced around the same. Mind you, again, I live in Canada, so I don't know how the prices vary from country to country, but I didn't really like the interest rates on the Civic and the Golf were super, super high, and I'm talking like 10%. Fuck that. I got this with the 6%. Hell yeah. Another thing I was reading in comment sections, now obviously I can't really speak for this because I've only been in the inside of one of those new generation Civics. There was a very specific set of reviews from people who had bought the Civic and wished they hadn't. Just off the interior quality alone, they said that they felt the interior quality in the Honda was very cheap. I don't know about the Golf. I honestly didn't look into it that much because the interest rates were so high that it just kind of turned me off it completely. People were saying they liked the interior quality in here a lot better. Now the inside is very interesting. A lot of it is plush leather. Everywhere that you would put your elbows down is plush leather. The armrest, the one on the window, like the center console, the front dash here, right above the door handles, both sides, in the back as well. The center cup holder thingy back there also. A lot of nice leather. Up at the front, you got a very, very simple instrument cluster. I don't even know if that's the right word, but the controls for everything is super simple. I like the look of something simple. I don't want to see like a billion buttons to do like 2 things. The only thing I can think of that this might be inconvenient for some people is if your passenger is tweaking with the radio while you're rowing through gears. In the automatic one, it's not going to be a problem. Drive with people that respect you while you drive is all I'm saying. I mostly like pretty much everything about the car. The wheel has a nice 3-spoke design, which is my favorite. I've always really liked the look of a Mazda steering wheel, just a 3-spoke. This one has a preset for 2 seats for 2 drivers, which is cool. My girlfriend's a lot shorter than I am, so it's cool to have a button to set everything back up. That way I don't have to fidget and figure out where I want my seat to be so that I can reach the clutch perfectly. It's set exactly where I need it. I am 6'1", okay? I fit in this car very well. God damn it. What are you being so rude for? Alright, what was I saying before I was rudely interrupted? Right, I'm so ungodly manly in height. I'm 6'1", and I fit in the car fairly well. I would say if I have my seat all the way to the bottom, as low as I could put it, and I still have maybe 2 inches. I'm good. I'm comfy. I can also sit behind myself. My knees touch the seat, but to give you an idea, I don't really know. Oh my god, these bumps, bro. I'll talk about some of the cons of the car. Not that there is many, but they're mostly literally just little annoying things.
What I'm going on about in this part here is the center console area where you have all the media control buttons is surrounded by a piano black plastic, and that has a little carbon-y looking texture. I don't know. It scratches so easy, and it collects so much lint and hair that can be annoying for you. Now, as I go on to say, you can buy stuff from stores. There's stickers, there's hole replacement pieces, there's stick-on plastic. Like I say, it's a minor annoyance, but one nonetheless.
There was scratches underneath the wrapping. Number 2, the leather, obviously. In the summer months, leather hot. The AC kicks in real quick. Like it's cold pretty fast, so it's not much of a worry. Obviously, in the manual car, you can't remote start it, so that's another thing you gotta think about. But you can just not be lazy as fuck and just go outside and turn on the car. There's one thing that I'm not sure if this is really a con or just a flaw in the safety feature, but there's a lane assist in this car. Now you can turn a setting on where, like, when you're driving, it like kind of helps you steer, which is one thing, you know, like you can turn that on yourself, but by default there's like this system that helps make sure you stay in the lines. If there's a cyclist and I need to move over to give them some space, and then the wheel starts tugging me back into the lane near the cyclist, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, like, I feel like that's a lot less safe than, you know, me driving just a bit over the yellow line. Obviously, if you see someone on the side of the road and you have to cross over, you should be using your signal light anyway. But in a situation where, like, that car would suddenly pull over or something and I have to move out of the way, I'm not thinking about putting on my blinker. I'm thinking about get out of the way so I don't smash into that car or person or child.
In this next part, I talk about an issue that I could probably just go to the shop and have them check it out. But as far as I know, it happens in manual cars. I go on to say that this is my first manual car. It's not the first one I've ever driven, but it's the first time I've experienced the issue myself, and that's sometimes the car won't go into first from a stop, and from online people are just saying throw it in second, throw it back in first, and it works. And it does. That's the fix. But I think it has something to do with synchros, or I know about cars. I'm not a mechanic. If you're having a trouble in your manual car of any kind and it won't go into first, try second. Try second and then first.
It's happened like maybe 1 out of every 40 drives. Like, it doesn't happen almost ever, but when it does, I'm like, what the fuck. Other than that, I really like everything about the car. The Soul Crystal Red is my favorite color that they have. It looks so good in the sun. And that's been one of the biggest issues I've had about trying to record this damn videos. Every time I tried, it was like fucking raining and miserable out, and then it kick up all the dirt off the roads and the car looks super dirty. Another con, it's a hatchback, so it does get dirtier than other cars, but I like the look of a hatchback, so to me it's worth it. Whenever I keep the car clean, it looks good. I've had a few things installed from factory that I have opted into my package. One of them things being the aero kit was an addition that I wanted from the car. It adds a front splitter, it adds a rear a different bumper. I don't know if I'd say it's a diffuser, but it adds a different rear bumper, side skirts, and a little bit of an extra bit of oomph on the spoiler. That was like $1,500, $2,000. I have no idea. I think that was my uncle. Another thing I had installed was Mazda's high-walled rubber mats. The car comes default with the carpet ones. If you live somewhere like I do, like the east coast of Canada, where the roads get full of salt in the wintertime, you don't want carpet, you want rubber. And then the third thing that I'm sure you can see is these wind guards. Rain guards, rain visors, wind visors, whatever you want to call them. They look super, super sleek with Mazda. With other cars, I've never even really considered it because it really just looked like a cheap add-on. But these ones fit so flush and they look so good. I've done a few small things to the car. I've replaced the shift knob, added a retainer boot to keep the shift boot up to the knob. I would like to change the wheels. Obviously I have to prioritize my winter wheels because winter is coming. With the body kit, the car is pretty low to the ground. I've already scraped in 2 driveways so far, and I'm gonna have to decide if I want to go lower to add some style points. I don't even know where you are. If you guys end up buying the car with an aero kit, consider every add-on that you're gonna do. Make sure that the aero kit's going to work with it, because it does alter the some of the access points, and it also alters the look and the height of the car. So just make sure that you think that through properly. Well, I bought some Rock Blocks mud flaps, and I could get the front ones on. It was a bit of a struggle, but the back ones I cannot get on, purely because the aero kit blocks the points where I would need to drill into the wheel liner. If you guys enjoy the video and you want to see more, this is a very sporadic channel. Obviously when you see a video, it's because I've spent money. So the videos may be far and few in between, depending on if I find another project that I can work on. But if you want consistent videos, I post once a week on my gaming channel, which you're going to find a link to in the description and also at the end of the video. So you can go there if you wish.